So when someone tells me that they feel tired after they've had a full night's sleep, the first thing I explain is this. Sleep is not only about how many hours you get, it's about how deeply your body is able to recover during the night. And those are not always the same thing. But when I hear that people aren't sleeping long enough, then I know that something else is happening. Their nervous system might never truly be recovering. Their body might be staying slightly braced. Maybe their system never goes into full alertness during the day. Maybe their breathing patterns are off at night. And when that happens, their sleep can be lighter than it should. So the person technically slept, but maybe the sleep wasn't fully restorative. Their body never moved into the deeper states of repair. And when they wake up the next morning, they're still carrying yesterday's stress. So when I begin working with someone to improve their sleep, there's a few things that I look at. First, I look at light exposure. What is their light exposure throughout the day? Looking at their computers, looking at their phone, looking at any kind of electronic equipment that puts off blue light. Light signals to the brain that it's daytime. So depending on what kind of light that you're using during the day, it's going to signal to your body that it's a different time of day. One of the best things I love to do is I love to use blue light blocking glasses. And there's a few different types of them. I like to use this particular kind. It's by Raw Optics. And this is one, I have the red light in the other room, but these are for when it's dusk and when the sun starts to go down. It's right at that, depending on the time of year, that 4 or 5 o'clock hour. Sometimes getting into the summer, it's at 7 or 8. These are brilliant for that particular time of day because this is going to make the screen look like the sun is starting to set. So this is something that I love to use. And then as soon as the sun has set, I do use the blue light blocking glasses, which have a red frame. Those are really helpful for helping me reduce the amount of blue light exposure I'm getting when I'm working on a creative project later into the evening on the computer. I also like utilizing some software that allows me to adjust the amount of blue light exposure. And there's a spectrum, so I can adjust that according to how much blue light I want coming through the screen. In the morning, I turn it way up because I do want that cortisol release and I want my body to respond hormonally to the new blue light in the morning. And at night, I slowly start to turn that into more red light, so the screen is red. I also have a hack for phones, and I like to use that particular hack when I have red light and put that onto my phone so that I'm looking at the phone after the sun has gone down and my screen actually has a red tint. It really reduces that amount of blue light exposure that I'm getting. So light therapy is the first thing. That is something that I try to work with my clients on and tell them about the various tools that they can use in order to reduce their blue light exposure. Another tool that could be helpful for some people is red light therapy, infrared therapy as well. You might have heard of it in passing. Maybe you own a couple red light devices or you've done infrared sauna. That's extremely important because our bodies are taking in information through wavelengths of light. If you expose yourself to enough red light, especially at nighttime, I love to use my red light device right before I go to sleep, about 10 minutes before I go to sleep. Perfect. I put some red light glasses on to block the light from my eyes, and I go to bed and I'll sleep as soon as my head hits the pillow. Within 10 minutes, I'm asleep. That's a really good trick. Some people use it in the morning, but I prefer to use it at night. It just depends on your particular routine and what you need to do. But red light can be a really effective hack as well. Your body has circadian rhythms, and if you prefer going to sleep roughly at the same time every night, I know I do, then introducing a couple of these light hacks could also help you get more complete night's sleep and going into some of these sleep stages. When you're going to bed earlier, sleep will often deepen naturally. Your breathing patterns are another piece I pay attention to. So I'm someone that actually tapes my mouth shut so that I can breathe through my nose at night. I know that's crazy. Some people are like, I would never do that because I'm afraid I would stop breathing. I have advised certain clients to do it. Some people will do it, some people won't, but it does really help if you learn how to breathe through your nose. Mewing also helps, learning to keep the tongue up at the top and roof of your mouth. There's several different things that you can do in order to change some of the breathing habits that we have so that we get really restorative sleep. Many people will not know how they're breathing overnight or will know that they're breathing through their mouth. And that's something that needs to be addressed. in order to get a really good night's sleep. One of the ways that I'll devise a plan for someone is to work on parasympathetic breathing during the day. So the more that someone can introduce certain breath work during their day for short amounts of time, somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes in order to reach a parasympathetic state, then their evening sleep will also be much more restorative. If they learn how to challenge their breath work and hold for longer periods of time, as long as stay consistent with the breathing within a certain rhythm and cadence, they can go into states of meditation. And these states of meditation will directly affect their brain waves throughout the evening into the night time and overnight when they're experiencing these different brainwave sleep patterns. When the system learns to downshift during the day, sleep usually becomes deeper at night. Your movement also plays a role. The body's designed to move. So if someone sits during the day or even stands at a standing desk like I am, it doesn't challenge your muscles cardiovascularly unless you're doing some balance work and coming on one leg and maybe going onto the other. But sometimes you will need, in order to have improved sleep, to challenge your structure. So you'll need some challenging physical exercises in order to improve your sleep. You've got to actually have some resistance through physicality during the day in order to have a really good restorative night's sleep. So your physical output during the day directly translates to how well a night's sleep you're going to have. During the night, your brain is going to move through cycles of sleep. Each cycle lasts about 90 to 110 minutes, and most people move through 4 or 5 of these cycles each night. Inside of these cycles are different stages of sleep. The 2 most important stages are REM sleep and deep sleep. These stages will repair your body and your brain. REM sleep is going to repair your brain. Deep sleep is going to repair your body. And if those stages become disrupted, someone can sleep 8 full hours and still wake up feeling unrefreshed. I started paying attention more closely to my sleep when I got the Aura Ring. I've been wearing my Aura Ring for almost 4 years now. And over those 4 years, Aura has sleep estimates and sleep scores on the app, and it allows you to drill down into some of the data and looking at your brainwave patterns, your sleep patterns, and noticing certain patterns over time has allowed me to directly plan the following day even better. And what I noticed personally was sometimes I slept the same number of hours, but I felt very different the next day. And it depended on how many sleep cycles I went through. How many deep sleep cycles did I go through? 2, 3, or 4? Or did I just do 2? If I did 2 sleep cycles, deep sleep cycles, I definitely didn't feel physically restored the next day. And if I did 4, I felt incredibly strong and I was really able to go after the next day from a physical standpoint. Also, REM cycles. Where was my REM cycle? Is my REM cycle earlier in my sleep pattern, or is it later, closer to when I wake up? And do I remember my dreams? All of these things play a part in how integrated the day before is and how much of a clean slate I wake up with the next day. If I have sufficient REM sleep, I wake up and I have a lot of creativity. It's like there's a blank canvas for the day in front of me. So when people tell me that they feel tired all the time, I rarely assume that their body has been given the correct conditions to recover. A lot of times it has to do with their circadian rhythms, their stress levels, how much light they had taken in during the day, what kind of light. Did they do light therapy? Did they not do light therapy? Are they just taking in a lot of blue light? This all influences people's ability to deeply rest and restore. And when you start to shift some of these places, sleep becomes much more restorative. Energy during the day will become natural and you will just feel better overall. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through the 4 stages of sleep and what each stage actually does inside your body and your brain. And once you understand how sleep is structured, it becomes much easier to understand why sleep restores you at such a deep level, or sometimes it doesn't. Thank you for being here, and please hit the like button if you like this video. I'd be so happy if you subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate each and every comment in the comments below. I read them all. Thanks again for joining me today.